Hi, I'm John, the Twisted Cuber. Today I'm going to show you how to solve the picture and supercubes. Before we begin, please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Let's get started. You should know how to solve a 3x3 before trying to solve a picture or supercube. If you don't know how to solve it, I've placed a link for my tutorial on how to solve the 3x3 in the description below. This is an example of a picture cube and a supercube. They're a bit more difficult to solve than a normal 3x3, but they both solve exactly the same way. The difference between these puzzles and the 3x3 are the centers. With a regular 3x3, the orientation of the center doesn't matter. With a picture or supercube, the orientation of the centers do matter. From this point on, I will only be referring to the picture cube. There are two ways to solve a picture cube: fixing the centers during the solve, or fixing the centers after the solve. We'll start with fixing the layers during the solve, beginning with the first layer. Place an edge on the first layer. Bring it up so it matches the center below, like so. Check to see if the center is oriented correctly in relation to the edge. In this case, it is not. So what we're going to do is take this out of the first layer, get it out of the way, turn the center on this layer so it matches up with the edge you just took out, and put the edge back. As you can see, the center is now correctly oriented in relation to the edge. Now we can place the rest of the edges. Three down, one to go. And now we have all four edges complete, completing the cross. Next, we're going to be doing the corners. It's just a standard placing the corners as you would a 3x3. Use whatever corner rotation algorithm you want in order to place them. And the first layer is complete. Now that the first layer is done, look at the edges that are above the middle layer edges. As you can see, all of them, the centers are not oriented correctly in relation to the edges. To fix this, place one of the faces in front of you, bring it down with a F2 move. Note the orientation of the edge, then do a D2 move to get it out of the way. Move the face to orient the center so it'll line back up with the edge. Do another D2 move. As you can see, the center is now oriented correctly in relation to the edge. Bring that back up, and that one is all set. Now I'll go with the next one. Same thing. Do a F2 move, followed by a D2 move again. Make note of how it is oriented. Do a D2 move, turn the edge so it is oriented correctly. I'm sorry, the center so it's oriented correctly. Bring this back with a D2 move. It is not lined up correctly. Bring that back up with a F2 move. And this one is now correct. Go to the next face. And again, bring this down. Get this out of the way. Make note of the orientation. Bring this over. Bring that back. It's now oriented correctly. And bring that back up. One more to go. Same thing, bring it down with an F2. Get this out of the way with a D2. Make note of the orientation. That's now all set. Bring it back up. And all the middle layer edges are oriented correctly. Middle layer centers are oriented correctly in relation to the edges. Now I'm going to work on the middle layer edges. This is exactly the same as doing it on a normal 3x3. Just pick an edge and start placing them. Now here, you have an edge that's flipped. Just basically use the same way you would normally use with a 3x3 in order to get this fixed. That's all set there. And now the middle layer edges are all soft. Next, we're going to make the cross. Okay, now we have our cross. To permute the cross, find an edge that matches the orientation of the center. We have one right here. Match that edge up with the center. In this case, it already is. Place it in front of you. Now we're going to perform the Sune algorithm. The reason we're using Sune is that it doesn't rotate the center. If you don't have an edge oriented relative to the center, perform Sune to get one. Place that edge above the appropriate center and use Sune again to permute the cross. As you can see, the edges are all correctly permuted. Now, doing the permuting and the orienting of the corners is no different than a regular 3x3. In this case, there are none that are correctly permuted. Nope, take that back up. And as you can see, the picture cube is now solved. Now I will show you how to fix the centers after the rest of the puzzle is solved. Here we have a solved picture cube. However, we have one center that needs to be fixed. This center needs to be rotated 180 degrees. Place that center in front of you and perform this algorithm. F, R, L, F2, R prime, L prime, F, R, L, F2, R prime, L prime. And that center is now fixed. Here you have one center in front of you that needs to be rotated clockwise, and center on the right of it needs to be rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise. Place the center that needs to be turned clockwise in front of you and perform this algorithm. R, L prime, U prime, D, F, B prime, R prime, B, F prime, D prime, U, L, R prime, F. And the centers are now fixed. Here you have a case where you have one center that needs to be rotated 90 degrees clockwise, and the one on the back needs to be rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise. Place a center that needs to go clockwise in front and perform this algorithm. R, L prime, U2, D2, R, L prime, B prime, L, R prime, U2, D2, L, R prime, F. And now the centers are fixed. And those are the two ways to solve a picture and supercube. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Until next time, have a great day.